Hey there, and welcome to step 8 in our series of 8 videos on how to solve the Rubik's Cube. This is actually the 9th video we've done because we did have a video 0 way back there. So if this is the first video you're seeing, I would go back and find video 0 where we talk about a lot of the basic pieces and movements that go into one of these cubes. You can find a link to that below. But for everyone else, I want to recap and say that I'm still Will.
And I'm Liam.
Tiger is still here, still rocking the sunglasses.
Now thinks he can solve both of those cubes, one in each hand.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell him any different. I also want to recap and remind you that we do have this book available to help you with some of these movements. The book is not super necessary, it's just kind of a complement to a lot of these videos, breaks down a lot of the same movements and formulas, has diagrams and pictures to help you through some of these steps. If you're interested in that, there's a link to that below as well. Alright, and what we're going to talk about in step 8 is the Rubik's Cube you're currently holding, which likely looks like this. It's almost done. It's got 2 great layers here that are completely done, and in the top layer, it's got 4 corners that are also done. All that's missing are these top edge pieces. They're a little bit out of sync. And we're going to get you to this, which is a completed Rubik's Cube. Nothing out of place here. How do we get there? The first thing you're going to want to do is look around at these 4 edge pieces, see if you have one that's in a good spot. So as I look around here, I see the orange pieces in a place where it doesn't belong. Same goes with this blue, same goes with that green. However, when I get here, I see that that red piece is in the right spot. That's a good start, because what you're going to want to do in this step is hold the cube with the yellow side up and the good side furthest away from you. So if you were holding this, you would be looking like that. And then the next thing to determine is which direction do these 3 bad pieces need to rotate. It's either going to be in this direction, which is like clockwise, or it's going to be this direction, counterclockwise. And so as I look at this one, I see that the blue needs to come here, the green needs to come here, and this orange needs to come here. So I need to go counterclockwise. However, if I was looking at this one with the good side, the good orange side facing away from me, like this, if you're holding it, I see a red piece here that needs to come here, a blue piece here that needs to go there, and a green piece there that needs to come over here. In other words, my pieces need to move like this. That's clockwise. Now the good news is both of these scenarios have almost identical formulas. And the formulas, as I always say, the formulas sound really gross, and they would be if you were a robot and you had to remember all these steps and kind of carry them out without even thinking about them. The good news is though, that you and me, and you to an extent, we're humans. So we can think of cool ways to remember these. After a while, you don't even really think about the formula. You just kind of go through these movements because they're pretty easy to remember when you get in the habit of it. But I'm going to say the formulas now, and later we'll walk through them and demonstrate them like we always do. However, before that, I want to try to break them down and make them a little easier to remember. So the formula itself, though, if I were just going through it again like a machine, for a clockwise Rubik's Cube like this, where I need these 3 pieces to move in a clockwise fashion, it's F2, then U, L back, R back, F2, L R, U, F2. Now again, that's really long and that would be really hard to remember. So let's go through what that step really is and then we'll do the formula again. But all that's really saying is do an F2. So whether you're going clockwise or counterclockwise, you're going to start with an F2 like that. And then you're going to turn it based on the direction that those pieces needed to turn. So since those pieces, if you remember a minute ago, we said they needed to go clockwise, I'm going to turn this clockwise. Then I'm going to bring this side and this side down to me, like that. I'm going to twist these again, send them back up. I'm going to do that same U twist, either clockwise or counterclockwise. In this case, it's clockwise. And I'm going to do one more F2. And now I'm done. Now, the formula when I'm holding a cube where the pieces need to go counterclockwise, it's nearly identical. The only difference is those couple of U twists that I did a minute ago are U back twists. In other words, they're counterclockwise. think of yourself as unscrewing the top of that Rubik's Cube. So what we'll do for this one that needs the counterclockwise formula is I'll have Liam demo it for you. Okay, so Liam is holding this counterclockwise scenario, and to recap, you should be holding it with yellow side up, and we're holding the good side away from us, which in this case is the red side. Okay, and what we need to do, we start, no matter what, we start with an F2 twist, and then we rotate the top counterclockwise. We do L back, R back, F2, L, R, and we do a U back again, F2. And now we've got a solved cube. All right, that's it for our two scenarios. I do want to remind you about a third scenario where as you look around this cube, you don't have any good yellow edge pieces. In that case, like we typically do, just like in step 7 really, you'll end up doing this step twice in a row. Now the first time it won't really matter. You don't have a good side to put furthest from you. So I can hold it however I want as long as yellow side is up, and then I choose whichever formula I want to do. In this case, let me just pick clockwise. And now I'm holding a cube where this side is good, and I've got 3 bad sides. And in this case, I need to go clockwise again. We won't bother with that right now though. Okay, that's it. When you get done with step 8, you will be holding a solved Rubik's Cube. Congratulations. And if you have questions or comments on this step or any of these steps, please let us know in the comments below. In the meantime, Tiger finally did something right, solved 2 cubes. I do want to let you know, in the near future, we'll put together a few more videos for solving other cubes, like a 2x2, or like one of these twisty cubes. The 2x2 is actually pretty simple once you've done a 3x3. And this twisty cube is not too bad either, again, once you really know how to do a 3x3. And if you want to find out when we get videos thrown up here for the 2x2 or the twisty cube, what could they do?
They can subscribe.
You can subscribe. All right, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Bye.
Bye.